that we've covered so far. So this is a particular question that is here. The diagram below shows a uniform meter rule which is balanced on a pivot by masses. You are given this wonderful question. How can you calculate the value of M? So I want you to calculate the value of M. How can you calculate this value of M? For you to calculate the value of M, so pause this video and answer this question. Okay, I guess you've answered, and let's now see the answer that you found. Confirm with my answer. This is a self-test. You are testing yourself. So for us to answer this, if we look at a pivot, the way a pivot is, where the pivot is, it is here. This is a meter rule. Here we've got 10. This is 40. So this is 10 centimeter, 40 centimeters. It is already on the middle. This is where it is. It is already balanced. Obviously, that is where all forces seems to be acting on. That's where we've got the center of gravity. So what we are going to do, this is something that is so simple. What we are just going to do here, I'm just going to say, okay, for me to calculate the value of M, which is here, I'm going to say this mass that I'm given. So I want to introduce another new formula. I guess some of you've not seen this formula before. So we know that the principle of moment states that moment in the clockwise is equal to moment in the anti-clockwise. So the force that is there, you now understand that it can be mass multiplied by gravity, then this times what? The distance, which is equal to mass multiplied by what? Gravity times the distance. Since mass is different, so we say mass 1, here this is distance 1. Here we put mass 2, this is distance 2. As you can see, gravity is the same. Gravity will always be equal to what? 10 meter per second squared. This is the gravity. So gravity is the same. It's just the same as cancelling the g's. We are just going to have m1 multiplied by d1, which is equal to, then I say m2 multiplied by distance 2. This is to tell you that if you are given the masses, this is a particular formula you can use. So when you are given masses, you can use this formula. So in this question, they want you to calculate the value of M, which is mass, because that is mass, that is mass. Mass is in what? Mass is in grams. So there is no need of converting those measurements that are already in centimeters, because this is in grams. If it was in kg, we convert that to meters. Since it is in grams, there is no need of changing. I guess you are able to understand these things, and we are able to move together. So I guess you are able to answer questions. You are able to answer a question that gets to fall under this part. So what I'm going to do, what is the mass 1? So mass 1, that is 100. So I'm going to say 100 multiplied by the distance from where it is to the pivot, that is 10. So times what? Times 10, which is equal to, I'm going to say M times what is the distance from here to the pivot. Since this is 10, so from here to there, I'm not given, which means I need to have a 40. Have you seen 40? Because this is where the center is. So for 10, 40, 10, 40, discover that it is already 100. So, and this is pressed on the center. If this is 10 and this is half meter low. So get this, sometimes they will tell you half meter low. So the center of the half meter low, it is 25 centimeters. Obviously, so if they say, they give you a half meter low, they say, okay, this is the half meter low. So the center will be on the what? Will be 25. So the center will just be 25 centimeters. That is where all forces will be acting on. But if it is a meter rule, a complete one, meaning that it is 50. It is on the 50. So this is how it is This is a meter rule. So it is on the 50 here. This is where we've got this. So now what I'm going to do, this is 40. I multiply by 40. So here, what is the answer? What answer am I going to get this side? What answer am I getting? The answer that I'm going to get here, this is what? This is 10,000. I'm going to have 10. I'm going to have 1,000. That's 1,000. So if I multiply, that is 1,000, which is equivalent to what? 40m. I divide both sides. So I'm going to divide both sides by what? By 40. 40, even here by 40. So what answer am I getting? I say 1,000 divide 40. What answer am I getting? I'm getting 25. So I say therefore m is equal to what? 25. I'm getting 25. So meaning that this one here, this is 25 grams as my answer. So this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I need to do for me to answer questions that get to come in an exam under this part. So I've showed you ways to answer questions